That'll do, everybody. So just a little bit more on this old J.K. Rowling thing that's been happening with this Scottish hate crime bill. The BBC did make me chuckle a bit with it because they said J.K. Rowling's hate crime incident not criminal. So to which I would say, well, how can that be a hate crime incident if she's done nothing criminal? But there you go, that's the BBC for you. She's also said as well that she's going to support women who misgender people. Now, I personally would counteract her and say that those women wouldn't be misgendering anybody. I mean, firstly, what even is a gender? Like, I've never been able to hear anybody explain to me clearly what gender is. They either come up with one of two arguments. A, they say basically it's a man or a woman, which is sex, biological sex, which we already have categories for. Or B, they start coming out with some sort of airy fairy feelings of I feel like a fae, or I feel like a tiger, or I feel like this, I feel like that. It's like, so you're describing personalities then. So people are either confusing personality traits or biological sex with this brand new made up concept called gender, which has only a nebulous and rather vague meaning. And I don't even think I'd like to be corrected on this, but I don't even think actually has any sort of legally recognised definition as to what it means. So it's a word that's just getting thrown around with no actual meaning. So again, I don't believe that there is such a thing as misgendering. People are being accurately sexed by other members of society and they don't like it, and this law is really like trying to use a sledgehammer to crack a walnut. But again, she said that she will pay the fees of low profile women who are misgendering, as the law likes to say, people. Now, at least she's going halfway. I would like to see people like J.K. Rowling obviously fund everybody and not just women, because there are plenty of men out there. But you know what? It's better at least that she funds some of them than doesn't fund anybody at all. I also find it quite interesting that within the first 24 hours there have been 4,000 actual reports to the police. Although the law specifically was able to be going anywhere at any point in any time of history, the police have come out and said that they aren't going to backdate before the release of the law. So that's at least fair, because it would be quite crazy to have a law that has reach and effects from before it was implemented. That would be very, very strange, and only for really, really, really unique and extreme crimes being committed. We're talking really, really, really crazy stuff. We're talking about war crimes and things like that, where you would really look at backdating it. But again, it's just a wild, wild law. I mean, I'm totally against hate crime laws anyway. I don't see why. Let's make hypothetical. You've got a black man and a white man. Both of them get beaten up by people of the opposite skin colour. Or let's say no. In fact, both of them get beaten up by the same gang of white men. They both get very similar injuries, i.e., they both get broken legs and broken arms, and they're in hospital recovering for a long period of time. One of them just gets beaten up because he's in the wrong place at the wrong time, and the other one gets beaten up because of the colour of his skin. Why is it any worse for one than the other when they both ended up in the same situation at the end of it? I really don't see how the punishment should be any different for either of them. I mean, okay, maybe just as a point of interest of categorising it, so to speak, but I really don't see the function of hate crime laws other than to try and look like you're doing something without actually doing anything. To me, it just reeks of appealing to special interest groups, and that's all I can think of with that. Anyway, it's just a quick video, just a few thoughts that I had on it. Just a few bits that were popping into my head that I thought I'd just like to get out. What does everybody else think? You got any opinions on that? Anybody disagree with me? You got anything like you'd like to add to it? Please put it down in comments below. I love reading them. Definitely gives me something to think about. I don't claim to have all the knowledge. I don't think anybody should. That's absolutely insane. Just trying to figure this out like everybody else. Anyway, take care. Goodbye.